morning, Auburn citizens. This is Mayor Ron Anders coming to you from the Boykin Community Center with this week's Mayor's Minutes following the December the 18th City Council meeting. We waited an extra day to film this because of a couple meetings that occurred on December the 19th, one with AlDOT and one with the City Council as we discussed boards and commissions. So I wanted to report to you what went on in those meetings. Once again, I'm your mayor and I'm only coming to you from my point of view. All of you have City Council representatives that represent you, and I would encourage you to always stay in touch with your City Council representatives. But as your mayor, these are some reflections and some thoughts I have as we move forward into the holidays based on what's happened in the meetings we've had this week. I'm excited to be here today in the Boykin Community Center. What a great piece of Auburn's history this building and this facility is. It was built in 1951 to be the elementary school for the African American community and served that community well until integration. Then it became a middle school for all of Auburn until 1983. The room we're in today actually serves as the Boys and Girls Club teen room. They have many after-school activities in here, from working with computers to doing science projects to having some recreational fun. To me, it's a very important room because when I was in fifth grade in 1975, I sat in this little classroom under the tutelage of Miss Cynthia Boyd, who as we speak today, is still one of the primary influencers in my life. She was a very special lady who had a unique way of communicating with her young students. And I can promise you, as a young man who had a hard time staying still in his seat, she had a way of keeping me motivated and keeping me on task. So I'm very honored and very proud to be back in her classroom today to share with you the Mayor's Minutes. And it's also great to be here at Boykin, a place that we find a lot of value in. It's important to the city of Auburn, it's important to Northwest Auburn, and we've made investments in this center over here, and we look forward to making further investments to make Boykin Community Center a vibrant part of the community here in Northwest Auburn. So as we look at our City Council meeting from December the 18th, I'll be going through some of the agenda items. I will not be going through all of the agenda items. Obviously, all of this information is available to you on our website where you can go and collect the minutes and see the agenda. And if you have any particular questions, once again, I encourage you to contact me, my office, or contact your City Council rep to get further details about what we've decided and the determinations we made, or questions you might have about other items on the agenda. When I look at the consent agenda from the other night, a couple things I would like to point out to you. Trash Amnesty Month. That is going to be March 18th to April 26th. That's an opportunity for you, if you've got large pieces of maybe furniture or a larger limb or something you've been holding on to that you haven't quite gotten out to the street, to the curb yet, you haven't cut down yet. This is a time that you can put that out to the street and the city will go and pick up for you, and we won't send you an extra bill for that. So as you go through the Christmas holidays, many of us kind of clean things out during the Christmas holidays. New things come into our house. We get rid of the old. If there's something there that you need to get rid of, we encourage you to wait to that point in time. Always, though, there's so many great opportunities to recycle your used furniture and things that you're not using anymore through our thrift stores and our nonprofits around the community, and I would always ask you to be considerate of that as well. Very proud also for the purchase and allocation that we're going to make towards the softball complex playground. The softball complex has been what a success story for this entire city. Is providing a great opportunity for our adults to play softball in the evenings. It has served our youth well as being a field for Auburn High School's girls softball team for many years until they've gotten their own facility at the new Auburn High School. And it has been an economic generator for this community on weekends with travel tournaments, whether it's softball, baseball, adult, or children. But we've had a playground out there that's worn out, and as we evaluate all of our playgrounds for ADA accessibility, this was the final one that we wanted to get to rehab and redo. So we allocated almost $100,000 for equipment and ground cover that will be a generational playground that will allow the children of all the participants out there to have a safe place to play and will allow all of our children an opportunity to have fun while they're at the softball complex. Once we've done that, we've almost gotten all of our playgrounds taken care of at our athletic facilities. We do have one left at Felton Little that we'll continue to evaluate as we continue to look at what Felton Little's purpose will be into the future. Also excited that we spent some money the other night, $74,000, and we've bought some equipment for our police department. The lights that tell us that there's an emergency and that we need to get out of their way and let them get by us. For 14 marked and unmarked cars, we purchased lighting for them. As we went into ordinances, we've got 3 different projects that came to us for rezoning and then for conditional use, and I'll walk through all 3 of those at this point in time. The AU Club is going to be building, basically, they're calling it a stay and play. It's a small house, a 10-room house that people who want to come play golf for the weekend, that might be having a wedding that weekend, might just be coming to Auburn for a football game. It gives them the ability to house those people on the 9th hole. And this was a change of their PDD, so they had to come back through the council and the planning commission to get approval for this. I believe that this will be a great asset to their club out there, and will be a great asset to our community. And so we approved that the other night. We approved the rezoning, and we approved the conditional use as well. On Ogletree Road, the Kalina rezoning, which is a little over 4 acres, right next to where the CVS shopping center is today. That'll be a multi-use development that'll have some commercial facing Ogletree, but it'll be primarily residential. That'll be in the form of townhomes, duplexes, and smaller kind of garden single lot homes. We did approve that as a rezoning and as a conditional use. And then finally, the final one of these 3 is the Auburn Community Church, which is on Hamilton Road, almost 17 acres. They will be building almost a 1,600-seat sanctuary with parking around that. And that it was in the rural zoning. We brought it into an LDD zoning, so they'll be building their sanctuary there. This is a church that has grown immensely over the years, and they have been using rental facilities to get by, and now they've made it to the point where they want to have their own facility, and we congratulate them on that, and they'll be building that here in the near future. So we did approve their rezoning, and we approved their conditional use. A couple other things that we approved we were looking at conditional use on is an Alabama Power facility on North Dean Road, a substation that there was a communication mistake, and the substation was actually constructed before the approval was given. Alabama Power has been a great partner to the city of Auburn. Auburn would not have grown. We would not have the facilities without the partnership of Alabama Power, and this was basically a communication mistake that we corrected the other night by approving this conditional use. And then out at the West Pace Auto Mall, we approved a conditional use for a Uhaul climate-controlled storage building, a mini warehouse, and then they'll also be leasing trucks out there and renting trucks for Uhaul. This will be out there near the Lynch Automotive Complex as well. An item that was actually tabled the other night that had a lot of discussion was a development within Northwest Auburn. It was a cottage housing development that was actually denied by the Planning Commission last week, and so it was coming forward to the City Council. The developer, as well as City Councilwoman Connie Taylor, asked us to table this item until our January 8th meeting. So we did that, but we went ahead and had our public hearing as well, and we heard from a number of citizens, primarily from Northwest Auburn, who were very concerned about this development coming into their neighborhood. I would remind everybody that we'll hear this again officially on January 8th. The City Council will be taking this up to approve or deny at that time, and we'll also have another public hearing that night. So if there are other folks who would like to come and talk to this, you're more than welcome to do that. So that was the meeting that we had the other night from City Council. Once again, I would encourage you to get in contact with the city staff, get in contact with your City Council representative. If there are other things on the agenda that I did not cover that you would like to have questions answered about, please don't hesitate to do so. So yesterday on December the 19th, we had a couple meetings. Starting at 4 o'clock, we met with ALDOT, and many of you are aware that the intersection of Farmville and North College has been a place of concern for the last couple of years. As Auburn has continued to grow northward, we have seen residential developments on North College, on Farmville Road, and so the traffic there is increasing, and we've had accidents, and it's a concerning intersection. ALDOT still maintains control of that intersection. That is a state highway. And so we've been encouraging our partners at ALDOT to evaluate that intersection and help us come up with a safe solution for all of our residents to use. And so they've offered this solution. They had a public meeting at Farmville Baptist Church in the middle of November, and last night they came over to Auburn and offered their presentation to the City Council. We were able to ask some questions and discuss further. They're wanting to build a roundabout that they will totally fund. The city will not have to spend any dollars on this. National data does show that roundabouts are safer than traditional intersection mechanisms. What we're going to do as a City Council is consider whether to offer a resolution in support of this roundabout, and we'll be taking that up in January. I would encourage you to get information about that. If you live out in that area and you go through that intersection, please get informed and let your City Council reps, whether that's Kelly Griswold in Ward 2, whether that's Beth Whitten in Ward 3, or whether it's me as your mayor, let us know how you feel about that. It's my promise to you that I want to make that as safe an intersection as possible. We owe it to our citizens to provide them safety at the greatest level. AlDOT does have this plan. They do not have a plan for a traditional lighted intersection. They only have a plan for a roundabout. So if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And then we also worked through the final mechanics of our boards and commissions task force. Mayor Pro Tem Beth Whitten and Councilman Kelly Griswold have been working on this now for about a month. And we're just trying to come up with a way of publicly streamlining how people apply for our boards and commissions. And we've also looked at adding a potential interview process to the Auburn City School Board and to the Auburn Planning Commission when people apply for those boards and positions opportunities as well. So we talked about that last night and had a very vibrant, lively discussion. We had some great debates in there, and we'll be coming forward, I believe, with an ordinance on January 8th. If not, it'll come before us on January 22nd, where we will formally adopt, I guess ordinance is not the right word, a resolution that governs how we will move forward with applications for our boards and commissions. It's our only hope that you as a citizen that wants to serve in our city can find information as easy as possible and understand what you are to do if you're on a board or commission. We want you to be able to go to our website, go to our social media, and understand clearly that there are positions that are coming open over the next months, and that based on what the job description says, that is something that you might be interested in. We want to make this available to as many people as possible. So we believe we've heard from you, the citizens. We've debated this within the council, and we believe we have a plan going forward that'd be a great plan for the citizens of Auburn that allow you the greatest opportunity to serve your city if that's in fact what you want to do, and to bring fairness and open communication to the process. So we'll be looking at that in January, and we ask that you stay tuned for that. A couple things I want to finally say is that Auburn this week was recognized by Money Magazine as the #1 place in the state of Alabama to live. And that doesn't come easy, and we never take that for granted. A lot of work has been done to get Auburn to this place. A lot of people that have come before us have poured a lot of time into making Auburn a great community. And so it's incumbent upon all of us now, whether you're a citizen or whether you're an elected official, to make sure that we keep Auburn there. And you have my word that we'll do the best we can to maintain our ranking as #1 as a great place to live in our city. It's a holistic effort that comes with a great city staff, that comes with great citizens who want to serve their community, and it comes with elected leaders who are listening to their citizens and are trying to provide the greatest leadership for all of us here in Auburn. So we're very proud of that. I also want to remind you that on January 17th, that the task force with short-term rentals will be having a public meeting, and we encourage you to be involved with that if that is something that you're interested in. And finally, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's a great honor to be your mayor, and I hope at this special time of year as you gather with your families, it'll be safe and joyful. And we hope that you have the merriest of Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2019.